Sorry, because I arrived, I think you had started already a few minutes, so I don't know if you talked about it, but I heard about when you were talking about the Israeli government accusing you to be anti-Semitist, but here of anti-Semitism, but did you respond to the tweet that Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield wrote yesterday? She wrote that as a UN Special Rapporteur Albanese visit New York, I want to reiterate the US believes she is unfit for a role. The United Nations should not tolerate anti-Semitism from a UN-affiliated official hired to promote human rights. This is the ambassador of the United States at the United Nations. What's your response to
I have the same shock that you have looking at how the United States is behaving in this context, in the context of the genocide that is unfolding in Gaza. I'm not surprised that they attack anyone who speaks to the facts that are, frankly, on our watch in Gaza, and they do that so brutally because they feel called out, because it's not that the United States is simply an observer. The United States is being an enabler in what Israel has been doing. So of course they have a conflict of interest in this, let's say, orchestrating attacks against anyone who criticizes Israel. But besides this, I really don't feel comfortable at entertaining any longer discussions concerning the attacks against me, because it's not about me, and I'm not the story. The story is the fact that there are Palestinians who risk to be erased from their land. The questions that journalists should ask, I mean, this is what I would expect. How do you comment on the fact that Israel has passed laws that outlaw a UN organization? Because other member states who have even a worse record than Israel could do the same. Human rights record than Israel could do the same. Or how do I comment the fact that Israel there has been a plan to erase Palestinian presence from northern Gaza, and the fact that Israel is freely talking about going back to Gaza and reoccupy Gaza, while the International Court of Justice has recognized that the occupation is illegal and must go unequivocally and totally. This is what I want to talk about, because if we keep on entertaining discussions on is she an anti-Semite or not, I'm sorry. Think what you want of me. I will do my job until I have this mandate, and that is it.
Just a quick follow-up. Just to say that this is about what you have to cover, in the sense if I understood you saying basically don't focus on me, focus on what I denounce in my reports and so on. But if I understand that a special rapporteur is effective or could be effective if it maintains if appears, not only his, but appears neutral, or they can, talk to both sides. So for now we're seeing that US ambassador, and it's a personal tweet, it's a tweet attacking you. So my simple question, and it's not a personal question, it's about your work as a rapporteur.
Yeah.
In the last, let's say, 1 year, could you have done something different? Do you think you could have done something different to maintain your, to be more effective in be able to talk to both sides?
But you seem to be someone who measures effectiveness in talking to both sides, and I don't even understand who both sides are. So can you be more specific on who are the both sides?
I'm talking as a journalist. I'm not talking as
I know, but you ask me
as
questions,
a journalist,
you use
and
words.
say that we see if we do a research, we as a journalist have to quote our source and everything. And unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, your name now, when we quote in our article, because according to the report that Albanese wrote, unfortunately, you are considering, not by me, but by what happened in the situation that we have also the, I don't know, I don't remember Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield do an attack like this for anybody on Twitter. Unfortunately, is like it doesn't make your work, your reports, and what you're denouncing any more effective.
But this is your opinion. How do you measure effectiveness?
well,
Look, let's cut it short. First of all, there is an inaccuracy, and I have to be clear about that. And I don't want to put the spot on you, but because and thank you for that. It gives me the opportunity to clarify. But an independent expert of the United Nations with a human rights monitoring mandate is not requested to be neutral. It's requested to be impartial. It's different. It's different. Tell me how I am partial, because I am the only special rapporteur who has investigated violations of international law committed by Hamas in my second report and the Palestinian Authority. And I've tried to visit the prisons run by the Palestinian Authority, and I was prevented from doing so by Israel, and who prevented my visit. And if you look at the terms of reference of my resolution, of the resolution creating this mandate, my mandate obliges me to look at the violations committed by Israel. So when you say talk to both parties, but I understand what you are trying to say. I should maintain a position that allows me to be listened to by all member states. And this is what I've done until March this year. I've had the discussions with everyone. In March, already 30,000 Palestinians had been killed, and it was clear that it was not in the horizon that this would stop. And again, I speak. What do? I tell the facts, and I point to the responsibilities of member states. Of course, member states are not pleased with it. So I don't particularly take, I'm not sensitive to the fact that any ambassador criticizes my work. It seems that there is also some misinformation about the work of Special Rapporteur. The Special Rapporteur on Iran receives criticism by Iran. The Special Rapporteur on Myanmar receives criticism by Myanmar. What is unique here is that Israel is the only state that is absolutely protected and cocooned by most of the West, what Craig Mohiber calls the settler colonial bloc. Yeah, and my mandate is the only one who, in fact, stands looking straight in the face at Western states. So I take your criticism. Next time, try to be a special rapporteur on the OPT, and maybe you will be more effective than me.
We have